Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathleen and today's video is going to be a recommendations video. I never do these, but I'm really excited about this one. Today I am recommending to you guys some books that you can read during the Latinx-a-thon. So in case you are new to my channel or you didn't watch my second to last video, I am now a co-host of the Latinx-a-thon, which I'm very excited to participate. I love this readathon. I love what it stands for. Basically, Latinx-a-thon is just a readathon to celebrate Latin Heritage Month. Latin Heritage Month occurs starting on September 15th and it goes all the way to October 15th. Latinx-a-thon is a 10-day readathon that starts on September 15th and it goes all the way to September 24th. If you want all of the information, including giveaways, I will go ahead and link my announcement video on the screen. There's a lot of information on that video, so make sure you check it out so that you can know all the details about the Latinx-a-thon. So today I just wanted to go ahead and recommend some books that you guys can read during the Latinx-a-thon. You guys know me. If you've been on my channel for a while, then you know that I am primarily a young adult reader. I do venture into new adult and sometimes adult reader, but I tend to love my young adult reads. So a lot of these books that I'm going to recommend to you guys are young adults. Of course, if you guys want more of a variety in terms of your recommendations, what books you guys can check out, of course, I'll leave all of the other co-host recommendations video down in the description below. Make sure you check them out because they all have different reading tastes from me. So you're gonna get a whole different bunch of recommendations that you guys can choose for your TBR. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start out with what is now one of my favorite authors of all time, and that is Elizabeth Acevedo. So I have read The Poet X and Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo, and I will go ahead and recommend both of these books. They are so good. Elizabeth Acevedo is mostly known for The Poet X, which both of actually these books are read in verse. Clap When You Land, it actually features two different main characters, and one of them is from the Dominican Republic and the other is from New York City, and they both lose their father to a plane crash and they kind of have to deal with that. This book is really beautiful in the way that it deals with grief. It also talks about sexism and sexual harassment and identity issues, and I love this book to pieces. The Poet X features a main character who grows up in a very religious family, and it's kind of like her finding out her identity, how she feels about religion and how she feels about her faith, whether she believes or not, and it's beautifully written. I would highly recommend this book. It was so beautiful. Honestly, even though I have only read 2 books by Elizabeth Acevedo, I will highly recommend any of her books because I'm sure any of her books are amazing. The next books I would like to recommend is actually an entire series, and this is actually a space opera series. It is a sci-fi book set in outer space, and it is one of my favorite sci-fi books set in space series of all time. Like, it's pretty high up there with Illuminae, and it is written by an Argentinian author, and it is the Zodiac Quartet by Ramina Russell, or Ramina Garber as she's also known as, and she recently wrote Lobizona, which just came out recently. I haven't had a chance to read that book, but I'm actually planning on reading it for the Latinx-a-thon. It follows this world where the different zodiac signs are different planet systems. There are different star systems, and each different zodiac sign has different kinds of civilization, different people with different cultures, and a 13th sign shows itself. There's normally 12 signs. There's a 13th sign that shows itself, and it's threatening the balance of the world, and it's threatening to destroy the other 12 zodiac signs. It's so good, and these books are super short. They're about 300 pages each. Highly recommend it. I think they're so entertaining, and there's just something about these books, how the different civilizations that Ramina has created within these books with the 12 zodiac signs, that is just so awesome, and it's so harmonious because they do try to live very harmoniously, and I just loved everything about this series. So I will highly recommend if you're looking for a good sci-fi book or series to read during Latinx-a-thon. And the final book that I would like to recommend to you guys is actually a book that I read a long time ago, and to be honest, I didn't even know that this author was Latina until recently. I found out that this author is actually Cuban American and that her mother migrated from Cuba during the Fidel Castro era. Her mother came to the United States to a program that helped children from Cuba migrate to the US. So it's a pretty cool story. I read her interview when she was promoting one of her books, and a book that I would like to recommend to you guys is The Truth About Alice by Jennifer Matthew. Again, I read this book a long time ago, and it's a book that you kind of need to be prepared to read because it is a book that deals with rape culture and slut shaming, this world that kind of shames a girl for being a little too out there or a little too promiscuous. It's actually a perfect book to read during a readathon because it is really short. It's about 200 pages. When I read this book, I actually rated it about a 3.5 star, and the reason why I did that is because the premise was so good. It had this beautiful build up in the beginning and the middle, and for the ending to be very lackluster. And because the story was so short, I felt like the ending was a little rushed, and I feel like the ending didn't really have an ending, so that's why I kind of rated it at 3.5 star. But if the ending was a little bit more fleshed out, or if there was more to it, I would definitely have rated this book higher because it's a book that I still think about today. So if you are interested in reading a book that is a little bit more heavy, I would highly recommend The Truth About Alice. Again, it's a perfect book to read during a readathon because it is so short. And there you go, guys. That is all for my recommendations video. Let me know down in the comments below if you're planning on participating in Latinx-a-thon and which books you're thinking about reading. My TBR video will actually be coming out next week, and I'm so excited to share with you guys which books I picked for my TBR. Anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like if you did, and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. All of my social medias are linked down below, including Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads if you'd like to follow me on those platforms. Hope to see you guys on my next video. Have a good day, guys, and keep reading. Bye!